okay. Okay, one hint about the pie crust is I make one, everybody has my recipe, and I think it's even on the blog somewhere for the apple pie. But I split the two into 2 balls to refrigerate for a while I cut up the apples. And one, I thought, this is a deep dish thing, so, and in flatter ones I put the smaller one on first and the bigger one to cover the mound of apples. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm not sure. I'm always evolving here. But I found a good way to roll out the crust now after all these years, which is to keep going around to spread it out a little bit to avoid it cracking on the edges and make it round. And then what you do is then you start spreading it out from the middle to make it bigger. And then you go, once again, you go around like this to make sure that it doesn't fall apart. And I always make 1 or 2 batches of the pie crust crumbs ahead of time, and just keep them in a jar because that saves a lot of time. And then I put these are refrigerated, and then the next thing I do is cut up all the apples, and then we're ready to rock. It's going to be okay. And it's also very important to fold it in half before you try to put it on, because otherwise you're just going to drop everything. And that's not pretty. This one has got a few cracks in it. So, fortunately we have a dust buster because I managed to trash the kitchen every holiday. This bad boy cracked. That's the way it goes. That's all right. I'm not getting paid for this, so perfection is not an issue. Pride is an issue, but perfection. Well, now I don't have to vent the pie. It's already cracked down the middle, so there's you can always make lemonade out of lemons. Bombs away. Okay. That's 425 for 10 minutes. When I post the apple pie recipe on our blog, and I have given it out before, I'm going to change the timing. It's 45 minutes at 350, but I check it after 20 minutes. Because the stove kind of cooks a little differently, so I give it a little twist, and I think 25 minutes is going to be perfect for this. And please note that in honor of Thanksgiving, we have Alice's Restaurant on in the background. No dripping, no falling apart. Custom slits made by mistake. Okay, now the turkey's been washed out, and my sous chef is going to come over here and hold the cavity open while I jam as much stuffing in there. And I know what people say about over jamming, but I don't believe in over jamming. I think you just put as much in there as you can. So. Oh, this is so much. This is Bill's first assignment of being a sous chef, and it's very helpful to have 2 people do this. So I'm gonna fill it loosely up to the top, and then what I do, I wish I had a muddler, but I don't. I've got an ice cream scoop. I'm gonna push it down so I can get some more stuffing in there. Because I think the rest, I used a whole bag of dressing, and this is a 10-pound turkey. Way too much. But I have plans for what's left over, and some leftovers will just go down to the Metropolitan District Water District, and they can do what they want with it. And then it's time to jam again. I know people don't believe in this, but I've been making it for years, and I don't put anything in there. No eggs, no meat, no nothing. So it's not a health hazard. It's all veggie and carbs. Okay, I'm gonna jam it some more. And if some of these fall off into the pan, it just adds to the gravy, so it's no big deal. Makes it nice, actually. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to the end here. And I had a surprise this year, because when I opened up the cavity, I'm used to seeing what we used to call the Pope's nose. I really don't know what it is. It's probably the neck, which I have a use for that I'll explain later. But that's was in there, and to my surprise, there was a bag of gravy. And I make my own darn gravy, so I don't need Butterball's help with that. So where the heck's the liver? And I couldn't find it, but then I opened up the bottom cavity, and lo and behold, there it was. So I'm a happy camper now. Right, Fred? If you're watching this blog, I know you'd be disappointed if you didn't have any liver. Okay, now I need my smaller instrument. Doesn't matter, we'll just fit as much as we can. Actually fit quite a lot in this other cavity. And this has a nice flap. That's okay. This is nice and moist. I made it last night. Get a little head start on things. Okay, that's good enough.
Stop there.
Okay. Alrighty. Next, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm taking the rest of the dressing, putting it in here, and putting the Pope's nose and the heart and the liver in there to bake, to keep it moist and also cook those two items.